naturally. So then your production is going to be cheaper for you, so higher revenues, right?
What is nickel?
Nickel is another one of nutrients.
Nutrients.
It's another one that isn't there. That's why I chose it. Because
Okay, go ahead.
Another important thing. Okay, for example, nitrogen, the plants require it in high demand. Now we like using nitrogen-based fertilizer like urea, but there are other ways you can apply nitrogen to the soil. Okay? Now, there are nitrifying bacteria that will convert nitrogen gas into an ion form or in a form that the plant can absorb, because the plant cannot absorb nitrogen in the gaseous form, in a gas form. Right? So there are bacteria that plays that role. Now for those bacteria to be living in the soil, there must be a balance of oxygen, air filtration. So if your soil is too waterlogged, is depleted with oxygen, those bacteria will die out. You understand? And there are other bacteria that does the reverse, denitrifying. Oh, I thought you were saying something.
yeah, no.
So I was just basically saying, based on our activities, how we manage our soils, okay, it can influence the availability of nutrients. So like I said, nitrogen, a lot of times farmers always want fertilizer. And there are things that if we do, by observing, because the whole purpose of the workshop is with regards to soil health. So if we pay attention to soil health, okay, we do the sustainable practices, farming practices that would not too much disturb the natural organisms or the natural reactions that takes place in the soil. You understand? We will not have to add so much of the fertilizer that will drive up our cost of production. So as I was saying, there are organisms that live in the soil that plays a crucial role in the recycling of nutrients. And there are some also that if the soil condition, for example, if it is the soil is depleted of oxygen, waterlogged and so on, the spaces that exist amongst the particles of the soil, if it's too waterlogged, the soil is depleted of oxygen, it means there are bacteria that will reconvert the form of nitrogen the plant can absorb back into the gas form, which
Way more advanced than we need at this moment. So now, translation.
Okay. How do I translate?
you'll get the gist.
Yeah, you got the general
Yes.
right. Do you have any questions?
No. Any more questions?
No? Questions on all this? All these tools.
So what you're learning here is
Nitrifying and denitrifying?
Simply put it, like you said made a very critical point. That simply put it, you have to manage the soil properly. So you're doing your previous cultural practices, you add your organic matter, you limit on your fertilizer use, then the organisms in the soil, the natural processes will happen, nitrogen, the plants will be able to take it up. What you don't want to do is disturb natural processes.
Can I try to use an example to give
Yes.
more practice?
Yes.
So we have water, for example, right? So water can be in different states, you know that. Can be liquid, can be solid, and can be gas. So it's ice, water, or vapor. So depending on the state that the water is useful for some things and not for others. So the same happens with the nutrients. At this pH, we will have nutrients in a particular form. this other pH is going to be in a different form, and this other pH is going to be in totally different form. So, depending on which form the nutrients are, the plants can get them or not. Same than water. We have ice, we cannot use it for drinking, but we can use it for cooling things. In fact, if we have liquid, we can use it for drinking, but not for ironing, because we need baby, right? It's the same, but instead of temperature regulating the form, changing the form of the nutrients, it's pH which changes the form of the nutrients. So the plants can get them at some pH and others. Right? It's clear? See? You're saying yes,
You know, the thing is, I realize they
Is
don't
it
want
clear?
to discuss between us, but between them, if you monitor them, they discuss it and they talk about it.
They presented